Oh, whatever, I'll still go with it. So seventh house, Mercury. Now these beings, I actually love these beings because they might not talk as much. They might use you as their mind because the seventh house is the house of the other, and Mercury is a planet of the mind and communicate. Well, the mind, how we kind of unify ideas and how we communicate. So they're really going to be able to integrate how they, because Libra kind of is the balance. So they're gonna balance how you use your mind, and they're going to be able to integrate it in the way that they see fit. They'll initiate on it because it's a cardinal sign. They're gonna initiate on how they see objectively you using your mind, and they're going to be able to integrate it into their first house of the self because the seventh house is opposite to it. Now, seventh house, let me drink a little bit. Seventh house often is an energy that we're initiating it onto others, but it is also important to actually integrate the energies that are within the seventh house in ourselves if we truly want to be balanced. So the reason also that I was saying that I really love these beings is because I love talking. I love talking. So when people are actually listening a lot to what you're saying, and when you're, my own seventh house, I got Uranus in the seventh house. So I love to break structures. So when I got someone with Mercury in the seventh house listening to me, they see me using my mind, but I project my own kind of like breaking of the structure, which is Uranus, at the same time on them. So it kind of like breaks the structures of their own mind. It kind of makes them think about stuff they don't usually think. But this is kind of like the seventh house. You project something onto others and you balance it out like that. So people with seventh house Mercury, they might really relate to people that are able to show them the little details of things. They might relate to people who are able to they might relate to people who really balance stuff with their own minds, or they might relate to people who are too much on one axis of the scale, so that themselves could understand the opposite side of the scale, or that themselves could help the certain person that they're relating to kind of balance themselves. Excuse me. And so yeah, Mercury in the seventh, and I mean, they're really going to be able to kind of harmonize ideas that they get, as much as maybe they're not going to express what it is that their own subjective self, which is the energy of Aries in the first house, they might not be able to really express that, or might not feel like it is the area of life that really their mind has to be put into. They might really be good at actually like mediating for people and making sure that different sides, because they relate to stuff on a one-on-one way, it's really one-on-one, but at the same time they relate one-on-one with multiple people. So they could weight the scale in your mind, and then they're going to be a diplomat and initiate on other people and relate to that person and weigh the scale, and then they're going to initiate really their balance, the Libra scales, and they're going to try to put the scales of the mind into an actual way that is balanced, and they're going to be like the wind to balance everything in a certain current. If that makes sense, is what I'm saying, balance. I don't know. So yeah, seventh house Mercury. Thanks for tuning in.